Hello YouTube viewers, welcome to my channel Science to Technology. Hopefully audio and video is working and you guys can hear me. If that is so, please click yes 100% logo or type yes AV so I can have absolute confirmation that it is working. Hello YouTube viewers, welcome to my channel. Okay, so far all things considered, oh that's why I was feeling. Yep. Okay. Yeah. So far I think everything is working. Views are happening. Okay. Okay. Let me just double check everything. Okay. So today I just arrived into my hometown. That's why we are back into the normal ecosystem. So things are now slowly coming towards a normal daily routine. I was in Kanpur getting basically drilling in my spine. That has been done. First few week was just resting. After that I was started to do some work. Now as of now doctor has said that their side of the equation is done. They cannot do anything more and the only thing now left is basically to strengthen my core again, basically back strengthening message I'm saying back strengthening exercises, basically physiotherapy that I used to do. Only that time whenever I was doing it, it was just to reduce the pain. Now it's supposed to actually help me build up, because again that disc that bulge has been cut off. Again 6 months from now we'll have another MRI, so we'll see what actually was done and then we can say I should focus on getting university rank or MSc chemistry entrance preparation. I would say do step by step. So right now if you are in university, focus on that part. There is no point of focusing on two things and reaching a point where it's like you none is done correctly. So get one thing done sorted and then take your time, so to say. If both can't be done simultaneously, this would be the only outcome. So focus on one thing, whatever is more important. So given the fact that you are already doing university, I would say focus on that, then jump into masters. And once you have actually enough education where you understand the quote unquote basics, fundamentals of the science, free resources actually becomes quite useful. Now I am in university first semester. Yeah, that's the whole point. I will say focus on university. Hello जी मेंस का पेपर है तो आज आपका लाइव नहीं देख पाएंगे. Yeah, good luck for your exam, and this live stream is not that important. Both can't be done simultaneously. Yeah, then focus on university. If you are physically there, make sure that that is the most what you call accurate utilization possible. Because here's the deal, once you reach high enough in education, whatever sector you choose, be it artist, be it chemistry, be it physics, you reach a point where it just becomes slowly transition into what we call self-study. So and again when you're talking about medicine, then it's a different thing, because again there's so many pre-done stuff. But once you are in chemistry and physics, these sort of thing rewards self-study. So I would say once you are actually done with proper university, you should be qualified enough. Not only you should have a paper degree, on top of that if you have actually worked on self-study, you should be competent enough where you can guide yourself further without necessarily going with what you call post-graduation or something like that. Half is like I'm 40 years on Tejas, few engineers, elitistry, overworked teams, possible corruption, IFFA still stuck with 50-year-old MiG and Jaguar Rift fighters. Yeah, I do understand your frustrations, and yes, it does bother me, and I keep saying that. How is your back right now? Again, right now my back is slowly reaching to a point where it's like that absolute pain that was like making my life miserable, that has hopefully, knock on wood, gone away. And brick by brick I should focus on improving my situation, and when things are done properly, I should get back to health, hopefully. And because you have to understand, things were getting on track in the starting of 2024, but during the mid of 2024 too many bad things happened, and then my spine just gave up, and I thought I could suppress it or do this or do that, or even actually tried injection steroid injection in that, so to reduce swelling and all that. That also only worked temporary, so it was reaching a point where it's like no, sooner or later I had to take care of it. So this was the time, so I did take care of it. Hopefully now again, compared to how painful the situation was versus what it is right now, I'm in the right path. Now again, it's not over yet. I have to now do the repairing part. So repairing, basically the injury that has been taken care of, basically the disc that was squishing my nerves, that has been taken care of. Now I have to repair the nerve damage. That is a slow process. Basically they give you right medication and supplements to help healing that part, and again body will do the healing part. So it will take certain amount. It's like a cast in your bone. It takes time, so that will happen. And after that, physiotherapy and changes to my lifestyle, those should result in a scenario where I no longer fall sick again, and hopefully I should have enough core strength, enough core flexibility, that it should be again, I have to permanently change my lifestyle, but again, that was true for last 3 years, so that's not an issue. So I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that things can look up, because again, it was irritating kind of pain, where it was like I'm not in so much pain that I'm like dead. I'm not in so much like normalcy where I can like actually work. So like, to give you a context, my peak efficiency for my YouTube channel was like the early years, where I was so competent, so efficient with my time. I could do 2 videos from start to finish per day, and I did that for almost a week, so basically 5 days. Back then I did not used to do live stream and short videos, but the idea was that I will do 5 days and double it. So benefit would be 1 week, I gave 2 weeks advance, so 1 week would be my holiday. That's how I used to keep myself healthy. But again, slowly, again, the complexity of my presentation, the topics also became very complex, so that started to take a impact. On top of that, other things also started to degrade, and this spine was not helping. So that's why it was priority that I need to get it done, or otherwise, like there is nothing else to do. I'm like neither here nor there. So for that reason, I specifically focused on this. It's like this has to be taken care of. And again, the worst case scenario is still unknown, because that high court case is not active yet. So I need to be in good health so I can endure that. Otherwise, like, bad things will happen. Yeah, and that HAL part I do understand. Like, I genuinely do not get why the heck Indian Air Force was opening their mouth, or politician were opening their, no, no, we need Mark 2. Dude, you just got your independence. Be happy if you have something that flies. Like, we want Mark 2, we want F6, F14, I think, something like that. It's like, bro, no, just be glad for something that you have. And again, if we had built it, continue to forget, because again, we physically built it, we got it working, we just did not have local engine. Fun fact, we still don't have local engine. So if we kept working on it, aerodynamics would have improved. And again, if we had started back then, just after independence, if we had started back then with our basically engine development, by now we would be actually good with in terms of engine. Because to give you a context, like how miserable India's condition is, Ukraine under war-torn scenarios successfully developed microjet engines. Again, not micro like tiny micro as in like small ones, that they are using for drone, and they're successfully striking inside Ukraine, sorry, inside Russia. Again, they had a lot of issues with foreign ammunitions, as like where you can hit and where you cannot hit. So they're like, okay, we'll develop our own, and they did that while going in the war, and only in 3 years. So that's what should be. India could have easily done that, but now people are like, no, if we start to develop right now, it will take too long. I'm like, if you think developing a 5th gen will take too long, what do you think 6th gen will be? What do you think 7th gen will be? You do not have the money or resources or intelligence or the balls or anything to actually do one or the other. Definitely not the both. So the only option from a national strategic point of view is like, start developing now, because again, if you are in bad situation today, you would be horrendously bad situation tomorrow. And again, to give you a context of it, 6th gen, as far as I've looked into it, most of them have a superconducting generator. Only that way they can have like a 2 megawatt per engine upwards of electrical power. Again, they need a lot of electrical power for basically advanced radar and countermeasures. So for that reason, they do need bonkersly high amount of electrical horsepower, so to say. So 2 megawatts. 2 of them. And again, if we are pooping ourselves with basically Gen 5, Gen 6 is like lol. So fundamentally, we have to do this today. And I feel your frustration. I feel your Ankit saying, yeah, I'm cool. How's your back? Because it's too much hot outside this month. It will happen mid-June, July, across 50 days. Yes, it will. And again, the only solution right now is Sky Cool paint. And unfortunately, nobody is pouring too much money into it. I'm like, bro, this is so close. Delhi temperature at 4 afternoon is 40 degrees Celsius. Yeah. Weight should be healthy, but less as possible. Slightly healthy, but less is good. Is compromising sleep in good future for extra hours of study? That's up to you. Again, see, you are young. Your body will not brick yourself as it will do in your 30s. So right now you can do that. And again, target on efficiency, not brute force. Target on efficiency. Eat clean, bro. Yeah, I'm not eating like from sewage. So can I work in game company without degree and diploma? Of course, as long as your portfolio is good and as long as you clear their test and examination, you can. SOR, I want a person to work with my software project. How can I find? I haven't tried in college, but no one is capable for it. Huh? Yeah, you have to hire a freelancer then. See, either pay for it or create a community. Like when I wanted a software to be developed, because again my YouTube channel was such a big community, I did manage to find a few very smart people that I was the guy who had the idea. Then I had these people slowly chipping in and finally had a software. But again, you have to do one or the other. You cannot be like, oh, I want everything for free. Build a community, then people might be willing to help you. But and again, the worst option is right now, but again it can be done, is ChatGPT or anything like that, because again they are becoming good enough where if you are thorough enough and if you know enough what you call base understanding, you could get something what you call basic working. And here's the funny thing, once you have a basic programming working, more and more people are willing to pour their interest into it for free. If you say like, I have this idea, nobody will work for you. Even if you pay, they're like, eesh, not a. The moment you have an idea, more than enough people get interested. So you need to have that first inertia. And in today's day and age of AI, I think you can get something done. And again, I did that. I physically did that. So you should start with that. What new book you are reading right now? I have not finished it. Like I could have finished it, but like the book that I'm going through is kind of heavy, and it's specifically focused on what's your goal is. And here's the deal, every action we take, we might think one way, but our subconscious goal could be different. For example, when people become very negative, it's many times it's just attention seeking behavior. So it's a very different kind of what you call mindset. You have to look through it, where it's like, how do you manage it, how do you deal with it. And again, it's unique, but again, I think I've slowly reading it over so long period, I'm not grasping all of the meat of it, but I'm doing my best. Yeah, I'm using AI in my computer, complex part of project where AI is falling. See, then why, why are you not doing it? It's like everything you're saying, I want some other person, so pay them. If you're not able to pay, then learn and do it yourself. There is no other option. If AI is not good enough, either A, you are not able to tell AI what it needs to do for you. Basically, there is a communication or what we call prompt engineering. Your prompt engineering is not up to the mark, or AI just does not have the toolkit that it needs in order to do what you are asking it to do. So again, you can't do it for free. Let that be very clear. Like you can't do it for free. You have to physically pour in the effort into it. You answered my currently most important question. I did. Okay. Upheaval, how nations cope with crisis and change by. Good. If you're reading that, that's good. That's good. Again, do not suggest me books or anything. Never ever suggest me anything unless I'm asking for it. And if I'm asking for it, I will pay attention to it. If you are just like, the worst vice is advice. Unless somebody is asking, do not suggest anything. So that's one thing you have to learn as you get older. Is like, if people have different resonances, and you have to respect it. Unless you are a very close friend to them and you know what their taste buds are, but generally do not do it to some random stranger. This is one thing you have to understand. And again, right now my current focus is a bit different. Right now it's repairing Anupam Vipul to pre optimistically pre 4 years ago. That's the time when things went bad. So why in 20 age life looks like hell for boys? Just few years ago I was chill. No, you became dumb. Like nothing changed. Like you became stronger, you became taller, everything for you physically became better. It's just this part did not evolve as quickly as possible. You loaded some random BS here. So that's the penalty. Now you're suffering. Hello, how's your health? I already said, like, it's looking good. It's moving in the positive direction. I think, did you just commented the same thing from two different accounts? Oh no, okay, comma is different. Okay, yeah. So play for fun. Fundamentally, life becomes easier as long as you become more competent. Basically, life has a difficulty curve. You just have to be out last it in terms of competency. You have to just keep getting, you know, as life gets harder, you have to become better. And again, nowadays it's much easier. Like fundamentally, you can easily learn what about money, how to manage money. You can easily create note taking apps, and so many things that was like just unimaginable a few years ago can be done for free now. And so much is possible right now, where like in terms of utilization of your time, because that's the one thing that you can, the only thing that would be difficult is like your hormones. And again, that also is not that big of a deal if you are occupied and you have physically good health. Occupied as in like you must be occupied in something that is truly engaging to you. But if your mind focuses on something very self-destructing, then nothing can help you at that point in time. Life does, it's one of those things like, don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. And again, I'm personally trying to do that with my life. And again, I'll give you a small example. This was like my what you call light bulb moment. When I was in Bangalore, I was a 3D game artist, and one time my computer bricked itself. I do not know what happened, but something happened. Most likely it was a bad power surge. It fried my pedestal fan and things like that. UPS also was fried. So that time I was almost what you call broke down. I was crying. Not his deal. Computer was not important because again my salary was coming from a company. Company has tech people. Company has hardware. I did not have to worry too much about it, and even had a smartphone, so it was not like completely what you call stuck. So I should not have been that what you call broken about it, but I was. But here's the now, fast forward to now, when I'm 32 years old, I'm working from home. So if my computer bricks itself, I'm dead. But here's the computer bricks itself. But here's the I did not even react to it anymore. It's like, computer is not starting. Okay, I open it up, try to do different things, checking everything, and then it's like open the side case. Okay, motherboard red light is on. That means the RAM is not doing something. Okay, I started to take it out, did not work. Okay, then I started to take a pen and paper, and it's like start writing now. RAM in slot number 1, does it work? No. RAM in slot number 2, does it work? No. RAM in slot number 3, does it work? No. RAM in slot number 4, no. Okay, RAM stick number 2 in slot number 1, it works. Okay, that means one stick of RAM is fried. Again, because I went through that trouble, I'm like, there is no point of emotionally being what you call frustrated. And again, it's a difficult journey. It's a what we call aspirational goal. Basically, likelihood of you actually achieving it is 0. But the fact is, this is what you aim towards. This is what you chip away at. So where your treatment is going on, again, it's done. The right now doctor's part is done. So it was in Kanpur, so that part is done. Right now I have to do in the other parts are going on, basically slowly giving my body nutrition that should allow the nerves to heal itself, and doing the physiotherapy that should allow the core strengthen to build enough where I can be like, you know what, I'm good. So that should happen. Failure teaches you, yeah, that's the whole point. That's the whole point. Basically, it's more of like it's as the older I get, the more I realize the cliche thing that everybody talks about. Those are the most absolute thing there is. Like it's a cliche line, like don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. But that's all there is to it. Unfair gender law is the motivation to get married, and inflation further access like affecting like a catalyst. Again, why does that matter to you? Like your life is not affected by it unless you allow it to. Now again, something bad could happen, like right, something some false case can be just done directly to you, but in those sort of things you will deal with it. It's as simple as that. You will deal with it. There is no other way around it. What the bill for your surgery, I'm not gonna share, it's very expensive. So fundamentally, you do not, and again inflation is going, that simply means now you have to work your ass off to become rich. There is no, see, you have a problem, you have a solution, work towards it. There is no other option. There is no, again, I was also guilty of it, and again, still am guilty of it to some extent, where it's like, I get contemplating about this and that. It's like, I do not control it. I cannot control it. So I have to just let it go. It's like, accept it, move forward. So fundamentally, you have to let things go that is outside of your control. It sounds cliche, but trust me, it will make your life far easier. But in daily 2 hours for physical exercises may give you good health in future. I mean, core flexibility exercises. Professor, why you are acting like a professor? First, tell me that. Like, do you have an actual degree in MBBS? Do you actually know more than a surgeons who are actually telling me and actually guiding me what to do? It's like, why do you have this itch in your ass where it's like, you're gonna tell me what food I should eat, what should I do? I'm not asking for it. I have trained a professional whose job it is, who I am paying them. And again, I have told you, even if they destroy something, even if they do not work out, I'm not gonna blame you. I'm gonna blame them because I'm paying them. So why you have this itch in your ass where it's like you keep, like I'm seeing from 2-3 days, like you 2-3 live sessions, you are like, okay, do this, do that. It's like, I'm not asking. I'm just sharing. I'm like going through this process, this thing I'm doing, then let's see the outcome. It's like you keep like, do this, do that, do this. It's like, I'm not asking. I'm not telling her, I'm asking. It's like, why are you asking me? Again, same thing. Why are you asking me? I've said it time and time again. If you get stuck in a psychological position, I will never recommend anything to you. I will simply say, go to the nearest psychiatrist. Again, if you have serious physical issue, go to the doctor. If you have digestion issues, please go to a dietitian. There is a reason why people have to work their life to become proficient in that department. Do not ask, do not try to find cheat codes where it's like, okay, what if I just ask this person? Like, there is a reason. Like, there is a reason why I paid for therapy. There is a reason why I paid for physiotherapy. There is a reason why I paid for medical surgery. Like, you can't just cheat. I was like, what if I do this? And again, if you want to risk it, cool, awesome, risk it, but have the balls to risk it yourself. Like, do your own research. There are more than enough gurus that are telling you, but again, if you are taking advice for free, you are also risking it for free. So that's up to you. Write it down, like, I'm doing this, do it for, let's say, 2-3 months generally. It will give you either a positive result or bad result. If it's a bad result, change it. It's like, there are certain things that you do not ask, and you have to become mature enough after 18 years old where it's like, no, I cannot just ask this. Like, you have to reach that point where it's like, certain questions simply shows that I'm not thinking it through. And again, it's fine, but like, again and again and again, and you have a goddamn name as professor. How to, you deal with phone addiction, feeling okay, stuck in life? Thanks for your, it's not a problem for me now. See, again, the phone becomes addiction when I'm not productive. And again, recently that was true simply because, again, I could not do anything. Like, right now standing, it was painful. Again, it still is. My ankles are not still perfect, but again, I have a feeling it could become better. I could not stand and work like I thought I would do. I could not. Like, I had to stand or work for a few minutes, and then my like, you know, things start to hurt. I had to lie down. Then I was like, okay, what if I sit and work? Again, I could not. My again, hamstring started to hurt. And again, problem was not in hamstring. It was in nerve that was getting impinged. So you see, that's why you need a doctor. And all of that created the issue where it's like, I had nothing else to do, so smartphone it is. It was very difficult to work in that time. That's why I like, you know, just went with it. I could have reduced the sting of the cost of operation, simply because in medical insurance you have to wait for 3 years before you get what you call full coverage, meaning before 3 years, again, in my scenario, is just a partial. Basically, if you have accident, road accident or things, it will be covered. If you have minor things, it will be covered. But the moment you have basically issue like I had, it will not be covered. So I could have waited for August, so that would be covered. But and then I realized, like, time is the one thing money cannot buy. I may be able to, like, you know, scrap enough money so I can pay off the debt that I have occurred, but I could not scrap time together. So, and again, suffering for that long will also degrade my mental health. So I was like, okay, let's get it done today. Thankfully, I'm in a good situation where that can be done. After that, it's like, as don't have any elder person who knows what a person has intentions and all that. Again, then figure out your see, all your questions literally looks like a lazy person question. It's like, I just want somebody to tell me what to do. It's like, why are you not seeking good people? And again, if you genuinely say that there is not a single individual around you, I'm like, either you are idiotically arrogant or your filter system is not working. And I keep telling you, like, you have to have a filter where it's like, even if I disagree with people, I still try to extract good value out of them. Because again, I have already spent the time. So it's in my best interest to get something useful out of it. Do that with enough people and you're like, hey, that is more than enough. Everybody has a hack. I used to spend time with the people who was like a samosa maker, like, you know, he used to make samosa in just in front of Camfort Mall. There is like on footpath. I used to talk to him because it's a very interesting job. So again, there is always something to learn, always something to gain. And it's like, just use that. It's like, don't just basically don't be lazy. Like, be methodic. And again, the reason why I get frustrated with you, you are using a name that is like professor. That pisses me off. It's like, genius. Sir, what is 2 plus 2? It's like, bruh. It's like, that's why, like, it really rubs me the wrong way. It's like you're using such a heavy name. Um, did you had addiction where you are scrolling endlessly for reels? Yeah, it's called doom scrolling. Yeah, you can say that. You can say that. I'm just watching a video about geothermal energy, where they are planning for digging 30-meter underground using just seaweed. I think you are talking about. Quasar, I think they are using micro millimeter waves for drilling. And again, I have worked with the people, investor who is working with that. Again, they should do physical drilling. And again, if it works, it's awesome. But likelihood is low. But again, if it works, it's awesome. I missed in the live stream, so watching English one, gonna watch that too. Thank you. How are you? So I'm well. I'm well. As good as I could have been expected. So basically, right now the problem is I have so many things piled up, nothing gets done, and that's the worst thing that could happen. Where it's like, I have so many things to do and nothing. It's like you have to start deleting. Basically, this is one thing. A very smart woman in NASA figured this out. When men were developing the code for computers, like they were not focusing on crash handling. It's like, how do you dump this process? And no, it will work all the time. It's like, no, no. And again, you have to understand, this is before computer as we know computer, before coding as we know coding. So this is very early on, almost like what we call assembly code. So they were working on that. And she was the smart one. No, we must have a way of, quote unquote, basically have this instruction and just voiding this instruction. And people are like, why do you need? But they did, and it was saved their life. Like multiple times, it was like, yo, if we did not have this feature, rocket would have been like poofed. So it's one of those things. Right now, I have hundreds of things to do. I should do my what we call. March is over, so next year cycle will start very soon, as in like the fiscal year. And I have I think I've only cataloged so far January, so I have to catalog February and March. And it's problematic to do with because of credit card. I cannot just get all the data of credit card on day one, so that's the problematic part. But I think I can survive. It's frustrating. I have to do that. I have to do basically first. I do want to start reaching a point where I'm finally uploading video. At least 2-3 weeks of regular video is my target right now. There's like at least work videos. Thankfully, this time when I was in my brother's position, like in his house, I did use it productively. Some work was done, so at least 3 videos presentation is already ready to go. Take it and go. So that part is sorted. Even though they knew it's inefficient. No, it is efficient. It's just financially stupid. But again, they can simply say finance is not my department. The department who does the calculation, they said it's good. It's like, again, you have to understand, engineers will work on something if they are getting paid for it. That's why I say, like, you have to let things go. It's like, it's not my problem. I used to be very mad about it. Now I'm like, no, it's not my problem. I'm not getting paid to worry about it. How do you deal with depression? You start working, my man. There is no other solution. Just start chipping away at it. It's like, again, if there will be days, it's another aspect is very important. If something bad really happens, like really bad, not some like imaginary or thought, like something really bad, like injury, physical injury that could cripple you, court cases, or loss of a loved one, or things like something really bad, you have to let yourself go for some time. Whereas like something bad has happened. Yeah, like it's a big impact. It's like how a car shock absorber does not direct. No, I will not move. It's like, no, it takes the shock, and then the dampener is like, okay, easy now. Spring takes the shock, and the dampener is like easy. So that's what you have to do with yourself. If something bad really happens in your life, you have to give it time. And again, this is the tragic part of it. Some people are so well built, so robust emotionally, that like something bad happens, is like, boom, no problem. I got things, and I'm like, look at me, where I'm like, my issues are not that bad issue, but like, again, I did not manage it. But here's the reason why I'm not going mad or very regretful about that is, like, in the same scenario, in the same situation, the average Indian male that poofs themselves is 100,000, and that's annually. So I do understand the frustration. So it's like I have to give myself a room where it's like, bad thing did happen to me, like tangibly bad thing. Like a court case is bad enough. A court case that has been dragging for 4 years is a really bad thing. A court case that freaking progressed to high court, that is genuinely a bad thing. Like, it's not like, oh, it's not that bad. No, it is bad. Like, not only financially, but the fact that you have to actually go there again and again. And yeah, and on top of that, you add a health. Yeah, it is bad. But again, I have to give myself time where it's like, okay, something bad happened, recover it, and then prioritize it. Somebody commented in chat a very interesting thing. It's like, you think you have hundreds of problems until you have a health problem, then you have only one problem. And that is so true. Like, so true. In last few months, it was like I did not even think about anything. It just I wanted my pain to end. So right now I have to give myself time again. I think psychologically I'm slowly improving, and I think reading so many books is helping. And again, it's not helping like, now I magically know how to deal with life. It's just that it was a better use of my time rather than just doom scrolling. So that's the good part. And some unique what you call essence has happened, so that's there. So I tried AI. I asked the risk of making GFO out of scale. I say 8 out of 10. Lol. Not Quasar drilling. It's normal startup. Main point is that seaweed can solve our 90%. I feel bad for people investing on this. Do not feel. See, they have enough money. Don't feel bad about it. They have enough money. Ahirawat project update. Again, anytime a big update will happen, I will talk about it. I have a YouTube channel about it. Don't worry about it, man. Like, there is a reason why we have a channel for it. Anything big happens, I'll do it. Sorry for being late today. Again, it's not a crucial thing. You can rewind it. It's not a big thing. Okay, here's a simple thing. Rewind to the 0 minute, play it at 2x, and then you will catch up before this live stream is over. You think situation is then about people living in Mexico? You think your situation? No, I never said my situation is bad or good. That's not how it works. Like, that's not ASD. If a child, like, let's say it has completely normal, healthy eyes, and then it just goes blind, it's like, it's not as bad as that. That's not the point. Comparison is not the point. When you suffer, you suffer. The end. There is no comparison to it. The worst thing happens to you is the worst thing that happens to you. Again, there is no comparison. Oh, your life is not as bad as, like, if you are born in Gaza. Duh. That's not our aim. That's not our aim. Okay, that's not our aim. Our aim is, okay, something bad happens, deal with it healthily, like without creating issues for your future. That's the only thing you can hope for. Deal with your situation in such a way that it does not become a problem for later you, hopefully. What 100,000 is too much, man. Honestly, I never heard of this my problem before you. Does media filter? Do media filters? No, media does not filter. It's like nobody cares about it. It's like, it's the one thing. If many times you have to understand, human psychology is very bad at mathematics. Meaning, if something bad happens and everybody is talking about, there is marches, there is news, and there is like all this, that means it's a rare thing. It's not a common thing. If people are screaming about it, how the heck it could have? That means it's so above the average. Not even average, like what you call, the correct word would be baseline. It's so above the baseline, is catching everyone's attention. But let's say a car accident, right? So a bad thing happens, everybody talks about it. Car accident, it happens every hour. Somebody is dying in a car accident. It basically, in a news channel, it will be scrolling on the bottom, like, top 100 news in a minute. That they will, so okay, a few people died here. Is like, move on. Nobody cares about it, because again, it's a normal thing. So that's why you have to understand. If 100,000 men are dying annually, nobody will care about it. It's like, duh. And again, nobody cares about men until men realize, like, hey, me God killer. At that point, it's like, what happened? It's like, no, you were pissing on them, and they realize they are allowing you to piss on them. It's like, it's one of those things. No, I will watch after you finish. Okay. Do you ever have competitors in India or in the world? No. I keep saying, no, there is not a single company that is actually trying to make a new engine. Like, there are some, like, there is one that spins like this. That is only useful for one cylinder, only useful for drone. It's very tailor-made for a Shahid drone kind of scenario, where it's like, okay, that engine has very low vibration, it has benefit. Other than that, that engine has like no genuine use. Other engines, there is a Scotch yoke engine. Again, it has way too much sliding friction, and again, they actually built it, and BSFC value data is available. It's not that great. And other things about MGTOW, I used to think about those things when I was in institute and all that. I used to spend so much time on that, like, a lot of thought into that. It's one of those things that's like, what's going on here, I need to filter that part also. It's like, there is no point of thinking about those things. It's like, what is in my hand? Right? What is in my hand? Okay, my hand, I have a lot of back pain, I need to get it fixed. Okay, what do you need to do? Okay, I need to go, but again, it will affect my income. Let it be. I have like prioritized it. Like that's the same thing I told you, that NASA woman that came up with the idea, that genius idea is like you must have the ability to turn off a function. It's like, okay, let my channel go. Like I had to let it go. That's why I was not that worried about last month. It's like I had to let it go. I need my spine more than I need this YouTube channel. And again, it's one of those things life teaches you. It's like you think you have problem until you have a health problem. At that point, it's like I don't got any problem. I have only one problem. So it's one of those things. Me got I was watching science fiction movies and debating on characters. No, they're not here. That's their time pass. And again, you have to have some time pass. It's like you are not here to work yourself to death because you're gonna die anyway. So fundamentally, you have to utilize your time. And again, I also used to do that, but that's the whole point. Like I used to do that in my 20s, and then I'm like, you know what, I'm done. Like I do not look down on it. It's just like it was something. I enjoyed it, and then I'm like, okay, now I'm like phasing it out. It's normal, like things happen. Uh, yeah, I'm well. So the core dumped YouTube channel on core dumped. I do not know. What is your thought on core dumped YouTube channel? I do not know which channel you are referring to. Sorry. I recommend you Dream for answer YouTube makes a video on CV Engine. Yeah, I have talked to. We are trying to get in touch with them, but that's not working. Like there are 2-3 YouTubers who are we want to watch, but again, right now we do not blame them. We do not have a running engine. Like the only small engines that we had, we tore it apart to showcase people and patent and all that. So that's 10 engine. The big engine that we had in Delhi that we are trying to build properly this time and hopefully get it tested. Once that is done, once we have the data, hopefully we'll have at least 2-3, and once we have built 1 or 2 running engines, then it will be like we good and all that. Then we're gonna be like bring that to other people. It's like, hey, look at it now. Then we're gonna have an interesting conversation. Right now that's a bit far. And again, there was a failure in planning, so to say, because we kind of underestimated certain aspect. And the biggest hurdle was that it's not like China. China, you are like, hey, I want one piece. People will actually work on it, even if it's a loss leading product like GSLV, PCB. Most of the things they do one off is loss leading product. But again, they do it because they know once they get you addicted to that system, you're gonna go to them when you scale up. So it's like a best advertisement from them point of view. So they are successful. And again, in India, it's like, sir, we're gonna build your engine. Cool, sir, awesome. But you have to order 10,000 pieces. I'm like, bro, we are developing it. And we do not have that infinite money, infinite manpower to just like, we do not have Bill Gates backing us. We're just like, lol. And when we go to investor, it's like seed funding, sir, we cannot give you that much seed funding and all that. Is global warming deadly serious? Yes, it is. But again, you do not have to worry about it. Now, the reason why you do not have to worry about it is simply because you do not control it. It's like you deal with it. For example, in my scenario, my rooftop is heating up too much. Okay, that's a problem. I cannot control the global warming, but what can I do? The next best thing is like do something to cover my roof. So, a false ceiling will allow to temperature to reduce. So, okay, solar. Again, unfortunately, solar was taking too much money, and like 10 lakh rupees to get a proper solar. And again, plate is not expensive as the battery and inverter. Even inverter is not that expensive. It's the battery that will bankrupt me. So, it's gonna take a lot of money. Okay, I can't do that. What is the next best thing? You can paint the roof surface white. It will help somewhat. And again, we're gonna do that and do some again recently like when my mom was in our relative's house, they noticed that like people are doing just 2 small panels, small inverter. We had the inverter, as in like we had the battery, so we thought like whatever, not do that. Okay, done that. So it is helping little bit, not as much as we wanted, but little bit. Did learn a lot, understood a lot of things. So that's how we are solving it. There's a problem, there's a solution. Work towards the solution, simplifies it. SIP or FD, what is your personal current income? Fixed deposit is not as productive as SIP. SIP is high risk, that's the penalty of it, but it's only high risk in short duration. So basically in year term, 2-3 years term is risky. Once you cross the 5-year mark, it's like, yeah, it's low profit or high profit. Once you cross 10-year mark, it's like serious profit or mild profit. 20-30 years is like bro, that's the bro period. So I will go with SIP. Our industrial minister Shemi has started up for working on food supplies rather than working on tech field. Yeah, I saw that and I do understand his frustration. I keep saying that Indians are very scared of white paper. So, and if I have to talk about things, think in this way. I keep saying Americans have balls. Now, what does Chinese have? Chinese are sharp people. Basically, the best example of this is 3D printers. So, there is a European company, you may have heard of it, Prusa. So, they are the original company that made 3D printer into a useful thing. So, there were many companies back ago, like 10 years ago. Many companies like Ultimaker, MakerBot, those sort of companies. Prusa was the only one that like figured out the software is the weak part. So, they started to make their company. They worked their ass off to make a very good software and hardware experience, and they started a company and it was very successful. Now here's the deal, they smoked their own product. They're like, you can do everything with 3D printing. They was actually making 3D printer with 3D printer. That was the dumbest thing they could have done. Now here's the, what do Chinese people do? Like Prusa is a big name brand, European, support, quality, software, everything is there. So how the heck Creality happens? Creality is like, hey, you are using open source, Control C, Control V. Okay, cool. But that only gives you software. What about hardware? They're like, hey, you know what is cheaper than plastic? Metal. Is like, is it really? No. Then why it's cheaper? Well, it's cheaper because they are buying aluminum extrusion that is utilized by other industries. So it's a common part. They are buying long extrusions, cutting it to lengths and assembling it with nuts and bolt. All those parts are super simple. And here's the funny thing. Prusa was printing part, and they still do. I think now their printers are mostly metal, but there was a few years where they're like, dude, why are you 3D printing it? And it's like, so they are 3D printing for hours and hours, and here's like metal comes in, cuts it, attaches it, done. What about parts that are fancy? Okay, they're gonna use thicker metal like 2-3 sheet steel, mild steel or sheet like a stainless steel, whatever that they were comfortable with. They took the plate, cut it, laser cut it, punch hole into it, done. And what about some fancy structure like in my Ender 3 where they had a folded sheet metal? Yeah, that's the same thing. Thinner metal sheet, fold it, done, go home. Laser cut, done. So basically their assembly time, by the time Prusa will able to print one printer, they are like, yeah, we have already assembled 100 of them. And they are metal, far more reliable, far more trustworthy than that. And that's how Ender 3 was such a big deal. So you have to understand that like Chinese people are smart. No, there is no topic, it's just specified, not slowly getting back to work. Oh, somebody donated. This is new for English channel. Hold on. Hold on. Komanud, you have donated. Get well soon. Can't have. Good luck. Good luck. It's the same problem mentioned by a founder of Grape Science channel that India prototyping is very expensive. Yeah, absolutely. I'm working in it now. Like again, even making like you know this sort of small things that I made for this sort of thing, that was expensive. And again, expensive itself is one thing. It was also time consuming. Like JSLB, like PCB way, JSL PCB, they will make it in 24 hours. Meaning, once I upload the file, the PCB would be done. Only shipping would be slow. So it's like it reduces the time. In India, it's like I had to take a lot of time, and it was not shipping. They actually took time. And again, I do not blame them. They are very behind the schedule. So it is painful. It is painful. My 2.4 kilowatt battery inverter battery, 6 years old battery, hold up in power cut, but I can't find reliable lithium iron phosphate battery. Can you suggest me? Max budget 40K. I doubt you can buy anything useful in 40K, man. Like again, if it was that cheap, I would have also done it. There are 2-3 companies that are making good cells, prismatic cells, lithium iron phosphate, and with 15-year warranty. And again, lithium iron phosphate can last that long. So, and they have BMS that makes it compatible with what you call other stuff. So, can China survive the tariff? Because in media it is just saying that it's a dead end for China. They are clever. I'm not gonna assume that they're gonna be unaffected, but they are clever. Let that be very clear. They are clever. Their bigger issue is the population decline. That's the bigger issue for them. It's like, yeah, you can't be cheap labor if you don't have laborers. So that's a much bigger issue. Again, these are multi-vector analysis. It's fun to think about it, but at some point you have to let it go because it's like, and again, this would be my quote unquote focus on it. It's like getting things done rather than just getting stuck. Your views on upcoming Windows 12? Who cares? It's like at this point in time, I'm lost interest in all of that. It's like, who cares? If either it works or it does not work, who cares? So, is listening podcast for hours also similar to doom scrolling reels? Depends. Like, see, what are you doing? Let's say you are doing some chore. Listening to a long podcast during that time is not that harmful. But again, instead of studying, then you started to listen to podcast, then it's a bad thing. Because again, it's one thing. I used to think listening to music was like, a good way to focus. No, the actual good way of focusing is like when you actually become what we call, I forgot the technical term for it. Sensory blind. You become sensory by willingly. Basically, I'm focusing so much that nothing happening around is like just disappears. And it's not that I have headphone or anything. It happens voluntarily. If that happens, that means then you are truly focused. That's the target. I think I have to buy another lead acid battery again. Look into lithium iron phosphate. There is 2-3 companies that are making good units. Look into it first, and if the price is not tangible, then look into lead acid battery. And I think for 40,000, you will at best, again, 2.5 years ago, I think 2 or 3 years ago, I bought a Exide 12 volt 200 amp hour battery, two of them. That's running right now in my solar. And I think my solar is the primary reason why my solar is not as good as expected is the battery is weak. Weak as in like it already been used for 3 years, and on top of that, the fact that it's only two of them. You do need. I think bigger problem, not the power of the inverter or the solar panel. The biggest weak link is the batteries. Do game makers save their games from being cracked? Yeah, they do implement strategies, but again, no strategy is absolute. It's just that they want to make it hard enough where it's not like, oops. So, and again, the ideal point is that you make your game effective enough where it's just like, dude, just pay for it. For example, I paid for, when I was young, I was not paying for a lot of games. I was cracking too many of them. But after that, then I started to pay for it. Like I paid for Doom. I should have bought Doom. It was available for sale. New Doom is coming out, and Doom I'm interested simply because they are the only first-person shooter where it looks like they're thinking about single-player campaign. On top of that, they actually bother to optimize the damn thing. So that's there. But I started making video on digital watches. Yeah, I lost interest, man. Like lost interest. It's like at some point it's like that. I think I have it here. Hold on. Like this watch, I was so excited when I bought it, but it chews through so many batteries. It's like at some point it's just like, dude, this is not worth it. And again, the acrylic, instead of mineral glass, it's acrylic. It scratches so much. It's like it feels so, for the price, it feels like almost insulting. Whereas like, dude, like I love the engineering that went into it. It's just that it's not polished. It's like for this sort of price, for this like tough brand, come on, have mineral, like something that is like scratch resistant, like what G-Shock does. So like, have you watched Dune movies? Yeah, I've already watched it. Oh damn. Oh, the second belt also cracked. Again, that's why I stopped wearing watch 24/7. It's just like at this point in time, question of shitty Timex. No, both are shitty. I have a lot of Casio watch. I have Casio G-Shock, which again I have modified. I have a channel. I have also another Casio. Hold on. I have another Casio. So again, I am used to Casios. And again, the belt is also same thing, broke off and all that. So it's a third belt, I think. So yeah. So don't tell me like, oh, is this and all that. Is it smartwatch? No, I wanted a normal digital watch. At this point in time, I think if I were rich enough, I'll just, there is like few, what you call, electromechanical engineers. I'll just like, pay them, hey bro, build me a OLED based, like, watch, a digital watch. I'll just pay for it. It's just like, dude, just make it. Like again, even for this, like a lot of people actually pay a lot of money because the core is good. The frame is garbage, and the acrylic is garbage. So you can pay for like system where you get a fully machined aluminum parts, and then people buy it. People actually buy it, where they're like, okay, take the core and then pull it out and put it into that aluminum system. Then it feels like, yeah, now it's good. But again, it's tragic that Casio has not done it. Casio has a metal belt, but not this. It's like, what the hell? And again, it's not a G-Shock, so there's like, oh, it has to be strong. No, it's not a G-Shock, it's a Casio. So it's one of those things where it's like, nobody seems to put effort into digital. And again, it's simply because digital watches became toy watches during 1980s. They were putting, and again, this is late 90s. So too much stuff was put in. Like, this has everything under the sun. It's just unusable. And it does not have the benefit of jewelry like, Patek Philippe or Rolex or Citizen and all that. So it does not have that jewelry factor to it, but it has everything and is like, dude, hard to read. Like, it's 4 millimeters, man. Like, text is so small. And I have that, I think my father is wearing it right now, the G-Shock Casio. It looks cool. The digital display in that is useless. It's tiny. It's like, it's 3.5 millimeter or something like that. So yeah, again, both are garbage. Again, I love, at least, like, the fonts are huge. Like, you can read it. The fonts are huge. It's readable. That's the first thing my watch has to do, is freaking be I think the battery is like gone. Yep, battery is gone. That's the whole point. See, I pressed the the backlight button and battery poofed. So battery wise is not good. Again, battery, I do have to say, the battery is good. Like, this has 10-year battery life, and it's still on the original battery. I bought it like 7-8 years ago, so I think the battery part is good. But other than that, like, again, acrylic is the worst thing to have. It scratches so easily. It's like, it makes it cheap. And not having metal frame is like, duh. And people are spending like 8,000, 10,000 rupees, even more than that, to get that metal. I'm like, is it worth it? Like, again, to be fair, I am the one who modified my G-Shock Casio Oak, so I can have a glow in the dark chapter rings. But again, it's a G-Shock, so it's a much higher, base level is much higher. So, but again, it's a hobby, so to say. But I might try smartwatch, because I'm so fed up with this. It's like, both company, it's like so fed up. Did you start exercising? Actually, do you see through surgery? Seeing you go through surgery. Actually, did see you go through surgery. I actually did seeing you go through surgery. I did, done. It's past time. Did you make connection with the people, like you make, for example, having collaboration with make people? Again, I do try, but it's very difficult. Right now, I've downloaded on PDF to read, far more detailed than movie. Of course, it is. There is no limitation of money making, and see, different medium have different pros and cons. So, duh. Today, companies' strategy is to sell more garbage to make profit. I can agree with that. It's called planned obsolescence. You can buy Casio GST steel, above 14,000, tough solar, and also. Which model? Yeah, Costa. Casio GST steel. Okay. Casio 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 GST. Seriously? GST steel. Yeah, no. I don't want an analog watch, man. I don't want analog watch. I wanted a digital watch that is good digital watch. G-Shock does have that, but again, it's the same thing. It's like a freaking 15,000 rupees. The font is like tiny. That was the prime reason why looking into this. The font is huge. Actually, I can read it. And in that Casio Oak, hold on, let me tell the number of that model. B2100. B2100 is the model that I have. Again, because people are showing macro shot of it so close up, it looks like, oh, it's so huge, you can read it. Nah. It has Bluetooth. I'm like, what the hell I'm going to do with that? Thankfully, it has solar. Again, it does not, like this, I do not worry about it. It's 10 years battery life. That one did not have 10-year battery life. So I'm like, yeah, if I buy that, it will drain too quickly. Thankfully, they upgraded with solar. So again, if you have solar and then you have Bluetooth and all that, manageable. Not great, but manageable. So that's what's going on. Cost analog are far better. Again, it's personal preference. If you like analog watch, have fun. If you don't. Casio, yeah, I got that. Again, that did not serve the function that I was looking for. Again, I have it. It's not like I have also already made a detailed video about that. It's not like I'm talking out of my ass here. I have 3 watches, like 3 major watches. One this. Oh, another one that I just fried. I think accidentally I put a wrong battery into it, and this one. Hold on, let me see. This one I would say for the price it's one of the best, like the metal body, acrylic, thick enough band, and again this is the original band, it did not break for years, it did not break. Only recently when I swapped the battery, I think I put a wrong battery and it fried the circuit. So, and again it did work, it was super cheap, like 2000 rupees, like this was cheaper than this. So, and again display font was big enough where it's like it's a fast track, big enough where it's like you can actually read it, and this was a good system. Only chapter by smart watches and digital watches. Yeah, now you are going into too much masturbation. Don't do that much. Like try to avoid passing judgment on other people, because again you are not getting paid for it. You're not getting paid for it. And again, people are free to do what they want to do with their own money. They are not asking you for money. So, what is the name of that watch? I don't know even if it has a name. Yeah, it does not have a name. It's just Fast Track. Fast Track. If you want, the name is like 38. Oh, hold on. Fast Track. F-A-S-T, Fast Track 38033 SP03. Yeah, I'm copy pasting this. It's available. Oh heck, it's still available in Flipkart for 1600 rupees. It's still cheap, still cost effective. It's still actually good watch. Like again, not great, but actually good. Like you can actually wear this and it will not be scratched up very quickly. So, not great. And again, the band is thick enough where it can last. Again, I'm the one who used to wear watches 24/7, so I know for a fact that it works. Okay. I got it. At the last of the stream, I forgot. Yeah, okay. Another issue is that now I'm trying to buy an air condition, because again, I think I fried my primary air condition. Primary is in where my whole family sleeps. So it's like, I have to repair that. And again, it's so old, I don't want to spend so much money. So my dad is like, okay, let's try it one more time. Like, okay, let's find a new mechanic. So we have a different perspective on it, and then we'll see what happens. पीछे curtain hold on. Okay. Sorry. Yep. Oh, okay. I was watching the Hindi stream chat. That's why it's so confusing. Okay. No, my problem is too much to do manage. I don't want to use that many features. Welcome back, sir. Okay. Sometimes you sound like I'm. Yeah. I've seen you trying to get me annoyed like that, but it's not that important to me anymore. What you think about me? I'll going to buy it. Again, why? Why? It's like, I want digital that is square, something like this, but it is square. Now it would be awesome. Like, I want big fonts where I can read it. The main problem is because I wear the belt so long, like 24/7, it degrades very quickly. And I think like my skin moisture and oil and all that degrades it too quickly. Again, like if I ever make a lot of money, that's what I will spend it on. It's like I'll hire a team of people, bro, build a DIY Arduino watch for me. That way I'll be like, yep. Like Casio does have some good hardware engineers. Timex have good user interface engineer. I just need to make sure these two make love to each other. So we have good hardware and software. Like the first thing a watch should be easy to read. If it's not easy to read, what the hell I'm doing? Like, it has to be easy to read. And again, as I get older, I'm like, yeah, I don't have time to like look into it. As like, at a glance, boom, go. Don't have time for it. Ain't nobody got time for this. let's Google. So air condition is the biggest issue right now that I have to solve. What to do again? Today is a festival, so no calling today. But tomorrow we'll try to get digital TIGI digital watch with huge fonts. With big fonts. Oh, one has like lol. Lol. Alibaba has it. Lol. There is one that looks good. Like, can you imagine? This is the only watch where I've seen you can switch the date and month. I'm like, there is only two format. Either you have month and all. That's like, why? Again, Timex has a different variant of this, which is even bigger watch, and that has like world clock. But again, you can actually see the whole name. It's like Chicago, New York, all of those are there. Again, it's even bigger. You can easily read it. Like you can read it from here. That's the whole point. Like at a glance, super easy at a glance to read. Such is life. Like Casio does make a very advanced watch. It's just that it's hard to use. Like because you see micro shot, it's like oh London, New York, and all that. It's like yeah, it's tiny. Like it's tiny. Yeah, it has a world map. You can see like yeah, that's from here it's barely visible. So yeah, nothing is there. One does look interesting. Alibaba. Alibaba has basically a lot of Chinese manufacturers randomly making things. It would be nice to be rich enough. That's how I will flex my money if I ever become rich. It's like, instead of Rolex and all that, it's like, oh, what is on your hand? It's like, no, I had an engineer built it for me. That would be my flex. It's like, bruh, I got this. That would be my flex. I do have one Casio that is like, on paper at least it looks easy to read. W800H. Unfortunately, the same problem. It does not have a metal body. It's not G-Shock. Let that be very clear. That's why it does not have. But again, it's very easy to read. Okay, why you like Iron Man but dislike Interstellar? Because Interstellar is hulululu. See, if you are science fiction, go science fiction. Don't be like, oh, it's so hard. It's like so much. It's like, dude, if you have so much temporal dilation, where it's like 1 minute is this, and it's like there will not be any radio communication. Oh, we are receiving the beacon. No, you cannot receive a beacon, because beacon. What does a radio beacon means? It's blinking, right? It does not matter. Morse code. It could be like microwave. But here's the what does these wavelength means? Certain amount of oscillation in a time, right? 1 second, like 2 gigahertz. What does that mean? That simply means 200,000 ups and down in 1 second. If second is stretched, that's no longer viable. So meaning it's not even what we call that Doppler shift. That would be so far Doppler shift, it will go into background radiation. It cannot be detectable. So it's like, oh, we received the audio. It's like, why did you send thing down there when you detected that it has that sort of gravitational anomaly? It's like that really bugged me. It's like that whole subplot of that like temporal. Yeah, the time part is true. It's just that you cannot communicate, and you can't have a magical rocket that just takes off from there. It's like, bro, no. And it's like, what happened to Earth? That part they never explain. It's like, what the hell happened to Earth? It's like, something happened. It's like, if you have a rocket that is that small, that can take off from a freaking planet that has such high gravity, bro, you do not have a problem. You do not have a problem. You're just making problems up for your movie. Yeah, anyway. Traveling to office takes a lot of time, and saying near it is costly. How did you survive in Bangalore? Listening to audiobooks. And again, that's why I'm not interested into going back there. It is what it is. I'm confused. Should I go with them, stay home, or focus on my studies? I have no idea what it is. I say, I'm 21 and in degree college. I have friends with bad habits who keep inviting me to go out and make memories, and then say no, then tell I will miss out a lot of fun. It's up to you. It's like, see, it's up to you. If you go out and you have fun, that's good. And again, it's like, not everybody is gonna be like, you know what, I'm gonna invest when I'm 8 years old and I'm gonna be billionaire. But it's like, yeah, if you are that, cool, awesome. If you're not that, might as well have fun. And if you're not having fun, try it. If it is not fun, cool, let it go. It's like, hey bro, it does not work for me. Yes, you will lose friends, but such is life. Like, don't like make decision. That's the only thing I'm gonna say. Okay, it's 1 hour. Time is done. Okay. Bangalore is like only Kannada. No, we have best city of the world. Okay, I will see you guys when I see you at the next time. Hopefully soon. Bye.